blue button. And this is a very common sea creature. And if you walk the beaches of Chennai or all along the eastern coast of India, actually, let's say there is a little cyclone or there's a bit of a storm or high tide is too much, they get washed ashore. And sometimes the tide may take it back or sometimes they're beached. But this is a very interesting creature. It's a very successful creature. It's quite common. It looks like a jellyfish. It looks like a single creature. It's made up of polyps which work together. Some form the digestive system, some form the stinging tentacles, which sting other crustaceans, and some form other parts, the circulatory system, other form. It's not one organism. If you put them in water, if you stress them out, they can all become separate polyps. And when the conditions are right, they can come together and form this organism. It's a puzzle between singular and plural. And unlike our working systems, nobody tells them what to do. There is a sense of natural communion, and which cannot happen if each organism thought, each polyp thought, I am this, I am myself first. That sense of communion, that sense of working together. Let me just show one more example. We think of human beings as the most sophisticated beings, and often Krishnamurti offers a different. The philosopher Krishnamurti offers a different take on that. He said consciousness is its contents. So, or Malcolm Gladwell, he says, for a worm in horseradish, the world is horseradish. So if I am inside my skull, this is what I can see. So I think, this is the greatest thing there is to be. I am superior to everything. Scientifically speaking, the most complex and highest form of social organization exists in termites and ants. Now, ants are very interesting. They speak through chemicals. They put little dots of chemicals on the ground, telling others whether it's food, whether it's predator, whether it has to be taken back to the nest, should be thrown out. Their chemical speech is as complex, if not more, as our own vocabulary. And they do something called eusociality. We are social, but they are eusocial. So in the ant colony, in describing ants, we describe them with hierarchy. We say queen, and we say soldiers and workers and drones and other kinds of things. But there's no hierarchy there. Everybody is doing their work, and everybody is contributing autonomously to the well-being of the entire community, entire nest. And what makes it the most complex form of social organization is that nobody is dictating to them. Nobody is telling them what to do. Scientifically, people have dissected their nest, seeing if the queen is giving orders. Nobody. Everything is doing its job. It has a sense of community. So they call it eusocial, because the sense of self clearly doesn't end with the specific ant. Oftentimes, in some experiments, it's been found that if you threaten a specific single ant, it doesn't get very aggressive. You threaten the nest, everybody comes at you. Just one more. And these are bees in a lotus vendor's shop in Pondicherry. The lotus vendor later chased me away because I was blocking our customers. So there's something interesting in bees, as well as other organisms. They portray something called more than human democracy, non-human democracy. And we speak of democracy as if we invented it, we discovered it, but it's been there for millions of years as a very important principle, and we rarely talk about nature like this. Democracy is an important principle within living communities for their own survival and unity and stability of interactions. Yeah. So bees, Thomas Seeley did work on this. Within a beehive, when bees go out, seek for other places for a nest and come back, the elder bees make sure they've listened to everybody's voice before getting together and making a decision. So that rings of something. Or for instance, you see it in other kinds of, you see it in elephants, you see it in bonobos. They have a little panchayat system, these primates, where they actively resolve conflicts. Democracy as a need for meaningful existence, survival, is not there in our definition of leadership and society and workspaces, I think, or at least is less often spoken about.